Y'all here? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's get into it. Let's go.
Behold the king, the king of kings. On your knees, dog. Oh, hail. Bow down bow down to the king. Bow down to the king in red as he walked from the place where the traitor lost both his name and his face. Through the halls and the corridors, stinging in blood, he tasted his grin, and it tasted good. The king took his head, left him broken and dead. Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king.
All right. Welcome to the Dana J Show, y'all. This is how we're gonna do this today. We about to get our guest on the line, and he gonna go all the way in. Y'all hear me? He gonna go all the way in. So have y'all pen and piece of paper ready. Have everything you need to take notes. You know what I'm saying? So get ready. You feel me? Let's go ahead and get him in. Let's go ahead and get him in. Raw. Ro, are you comfortable? You ready?
Yeah. Rinse my mouth. That's good.
Okay. Because I'm going to put you on the loudspeaker. So that way folks can hear you. And let me get this ready. Because I got you on my main phone. And then, you know, I guess when it's time to open up call lines, I mean, folks can call in. But I doubt if anybody call in, they're going to be so surprised. All right, hold on. Ooh. Okay, Google Pair.
All right, to connect, open Bluetooth settings and look for the device called Living Room Speaker.
Hold on, Ro.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Say it's connected for audio. Okay. All right, say something now, Ro.
I'm here.
Put thumbs up if y'all can hear him. Say something real quick, Ro.
Hey there.
Can y'all hear him? Okay.
Testing. Is it working?
Yeah, it's working perfectly.
Okay, good deal.
All right, y'all. Let me give y'all the introduction. Dana J Show presents the Guru of Law, aka Ro. Rules to the game: don't ask for his full name. He will not be giving you his full name. His whole identity needs to remain secret and silent. So he's just giving us information. And Ro is here with all of us. Ro, I have 119, 123 in the chat right now. Hit the thumbs up for Ro, y'all. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. I'm gonna tell y'all now, for this information, people charge thousands and thousands of dollars, but y'all getting exclusive right here on the podcast because of a favor from a friend, a good, dear friend of mine that I love dearly. That's my brother from another mother. His name is Ro. I'ma shut up, and Ro, you can take the floor. Start where you may.
Okay, well, I'm just going to talk about where the good Lord sends me because I've got a lot of things to cover, and it's going to catch everyone. You know, I may cover one thing that somebody in the audience is seeking in the information or going through, and, you know, I may jump to another subject just wherever I'm taking, and somebody else in that audience will, you know, most likely be needing this information and have been seeking it. So, you know, I do want to start off and cover up on some more on this R. Kelly from some documents I have looked at in this case and further research. And again, of course, all I do is provide information. I don't offer legal advice. What I give you is facts, and I ask everyone to research what I do say. I've been known to be wrong a time or two, and somebody's corrected me. So I'm going to talk a little bit about subject matter because it's something that everybody needs to know about subject matter, whether you're dealing in a traffic ticket, a criminal case, child support, CPS, any of that. You know, a case cannot move forward without subject matter. And I'll kind of give you an example of subject matter. So, for instance, state of Texas brings forth a charge against I'm going to say Bob Thomas, okay? Now, you'll see that the documentation from the court will have the uppercase state of Texas on it, which represents a corporation. Now, a corporation cannot sue another man, which is why you will find that in these court documents, it will be the uppercase Bob Thomas. It's a corporation suing another corporation. Now, what they need is somebody to accept surety in the matter. And this is kind of where I'm going to subject matter. You've got 4 legs of jurisdiction, and if you knock one off, then the case must be dismissed. And if there's already a judgment, you can challenge the jurisdiction at any time, and the judgment was void from the beginning. So a man has a right to face his accuser. So if a state of Texas comes in and he's making a complaint on the state Bob Thomas has the right to face the state of Texas. Now, he cannot face the state of Texas because it only exists on paper. So I'm going to try to go a little slow so people can grasp it because it's easy to understand. It's just due process rights and what a court needs to move forward. And then I'll get to the R. Kelly to give a little example and understand where his case is going. So a man needs to call state of Texas to the stand to cross-examine. Well, state of Texas has made the complaint. Now, they may bring a witness or something like an officer to the court and so forth. But the question is it the officer that made the complaint or is it state of Texas? Officer is just a witness that state of Texas is the injured party. It's more than just a show. So what we want to do is, and I've stated before, and I think I've told this group before, you always want to offer a remedy anytime there's a complaint. So you want to try to offer some type of settlement for their complaint. What you want to do into that courtroom is you don't want to cross that bar. Because when you cross the bar, and when I say a bar, just about every courtroom has a little step up, and there's walls right there. And as soon as you step up, you'll have a desk usually on the left side and a desk on the right side, one for the plaintiff, one for the defendant, and then you'll have the judge. Once you stepped into that, you've now entered their jurisdiction. You're playing their game. You're in their common law. And people, they interpret common law Wrong. What common law is what's common to I as a man. In my house, I have my own common law. You know, pick up after yourself, so forth. Those are laws that are common to I. When you step into their courthouse, then their statutes apply to you. And that's where people get kind of carried away with it because they want to argue common law rights. Well, those are their common law rights. Those are their laws. So once you step into their jurisdiction, it's what is common law to them. And that's usually statutory. So as a man, I'll go back to, as a man has a right to cross-examine his accuser, he wants to call the state of Texas to the stand. Well, is the state of Texas there? No, he is not there. So, and 9 times out of 10, the judge is going to respond because now he knows where you're going. You're fixing to destroy the case. Well, that attorney represents the state of Texas. Okay? So what you're going to do is look over at that prosecutor or attorney for an agency or attorney for a debt collection agency, and you're going to ask him when's the last time they spoke to the state of Texas. Well, it's impossible for him to speak to the state of Texas, so he cannot honestly answer a date or when he has. Now, you don't want to motion the courts to move forward because at that time, you've pretty well, without causing controversy, have just proven there's no jurisdiction subject matter in the case. This is for criminal cases, lawsuits, dealing with debt collection agencies, anything. Because in reality, it's the man that's causing you harm, not the agency. The agency or state cannot cause you harm. It's the attorney, but the man acting in the capacity of an attorney or the capacity of a prosecutor. Now you've just stripped him of subject matter jurisdiction because the plaintiff is the state of Texas, and nobody in that courtroom has spoke to the state of Texas. So a simple remedy on that is just after that attorney or prosecutor has stated he's not spoke to the state of Texas, then you just tell the courts right there, there's no subject matter jurisdiction here. Now you've shut them down. They have one other option because now you've just blocked it, where that judge or sometimes a prosecutor may try to move the court to another date. And at that time, you're going to object. And on the record, you're going to state there's no subject matter jurisdiction here. You don't ask them to dismiss the case because if you ask them to dismiss the case, what have you done? You've motioned the court to do something. You don't want to motion the court to do something. You want to end it right there. If he tries to get you with contempt, your response is, there's no subject matter here. He cannot issue a contempt order against you if he has no subject matter. Well, what is personal jurisdiction? They need to gain personal jurisdiction. They need you to cross that bar into their jurisdiction to have personal jurisdiction. That's why you don't cross that bar, and that's why you come in with a special appearance or a special visitation.
And Ro, and personal jurisdiction is the person, right?
Yes. They need, it's just like what they're doing. They need a man to step forward in the capacity of that debtor. Okay. They need a man to accept surety in the matter.
Okay.
So they always assume, even though they know, they make the assumption that you are entering their jurisdiction generally instead of special. And by announcing special, you just stripped them of their assumption. Now, since I've covered that, we're going to kind of go to back on the R. Kelly.
Okay.
So we've got the United States Corporation under Title 28, Section 2002, subsection 15, is a corporation. Now we've got a corporation suing R. Kelly. And if you'll see on the documentation, again, it's all capital letters. Now, that is not the living R. Kelly. The corporation has limited due process rights, is why you will see so many violations of due process taking place into his hearing? Well, because a man has God-given unalienable rights that cannot be taken away without consent. However, a corporation has limited rights. And that's how they're getting everybody into these courts. They're not making a stand as a man or a woman. Now, the question is how can the United States turn around and sue a man? It cannot. Who is behind the capacity causing R. Kelly harm? It would be another man or a woman acting as the prosecutor. Does that prosecutor have first-hand knowledge of the fact the prosecutor there at the time? No. So how can he even speak in there, which goes to Trinity versus Pagliaro? You know, statements of counsel in summary or brief are insufficient for a summary judgment. So what he says is just hearsay. But again, you're into their fictitious court, so hearsay's allowed, but however, a man can turn around and object to it on the record. And it goes to silence is acquiescence. So if you allow that prosecutor to speak without objecting, what he is stating on the record becomes fact. So he can turn around and claim he's a murderer or whatever. And if R. Kelly does not turn around and object to it, or his attorney does not object on his behalf, it stands as fact. So he could walk out of there with certain charges, but before you know it, even though he does not realize it, he could be actually considered a murderer if it was brought up in the court and wasn't rebutted. That's how the system works.
So
now, what I have seen and heard in this so far is there was already a settlement.
A couple settlements.
Yes. And so what's taking place here is, again, the United States Incorporated is acting as the injured party. Now, to have jurisdiction, there must be an injured party. Now, what a man needs to make things right. And by doing so, he offers a remedy, and the injured party would make accept the remedy. So in this case, from what I'm understanding, is there was a remedy, whether he did or did not, there was a remedy offered and a remedy accepted. Therefore, and this was done in the private. So therefore, the courts do not have jurisdiction in there because there is no controversy. But what's going on is the United States Incorporated has made a commercial charge against that commercial name, and they're using the women as a witness, not as the injured party, but as a witness that the United States has gotten hurt. And that's how they're moving forward.
So if I was to go talk to the lawyers tomorrow, how can I aid them to move forward against that?
Well, most likely they're not going to want to. I mean, in this case, I believe that a motion to dismiss failure to state a claim in which relief can be granted would actually work in this case. However, you're not going to get an attorney to challenge the jurisdiction. You're not going to get an attorney to ask if the United States Incorporation is there. You know, they're not going to ask that. They don't represent their client. They represent the case against their client.
Okay, so even though their lawyers are not, bar lawyer, I'm gonna say this. I don't think they bar lawyers, because I heard like somebody say in one of the courtrooms, like, oh, one of the lawyers work for the bar, and the lawyer turned around and was like, no, I don't.
So is he R. Kelly's just counsel?
I'm not sure. I don't want to answer
R. Kelly
that.
that's going to be speaking in the courtroom, and the counsel is just there to provide information for R. Kelly. An attorney and counsel are two different things.
Right. So I want to say they are his lawyers. I do want to say that.
Okay. Well, if he's a lawyer and he's a bar member, then he's got a secret oath to the bar. And they always take that bar oath over their constitution oath.
Okay.
However, what you've got to do in that case is you've got to hold them to their oath that they took for the United States and hold them to it. You got to accept that oath.
Okay.
You got to put it on record.
Okay.
And when they violate it, then they're in trouble. But that's a process that one needs to know how to do to be able to call it and have a judge flee the bench, which is for another subject.
Okay.
So just to kind of cover that a little bit more, what I'm seeing is there's no injured party in that case. There's no subject matter in that case. And there should be no controversy because it's already been settled.
Right.
Now, if there's controversies, one, it's going to be either from the United States who brought forth the controversy, or it's going to be two, the attorneys creating the controversy, becoming the controversy because they filed an argument in the case. Courts need argument. They need controversy to move forward. Remove the controversy, and the courts cannot move forward.
So in this situation, how would they remove the controversy? Because it was motions filed. So
Okay, so the United States is trying to act like they're kind of making it look like the women are the injured party.
right.
So by doing so, if there was a settlement in that case, that needs to be entered on the record. And what needs to be brought forward is, where is the United States who brought forth controversy where there is none? You know, put the controversy back on them. This matter's already been settled.
Okay.
Now you have your facts. Put the controversy back on the United States Incorporated. Let them argue.
Okay.
You know, proof of claim. Make them argue that they made the accusation of assumptions or presumptions. Make them turn around and prove it. Well, it's kind of hard to prove something that's already become fact that there's been a settlement in these cases.
Right, because I do know but they asked for the discovery. And as of right now, the main piece of discovery is supposed to be digital footprints from 4 videotapes. They have yet to produce 1 videotape. But
And I would hit him with the Brady Rule discovery.
Okay.
I taught you a little bit about the Brady Rule discovery. Right. And they cannot ignore that Brady Rule discovery.
Right.
In fact, if they do, then they are actually punishable by crime.
Okay.
So that would be another route to take if they're not given all the discoveries that the attorneys are seeking. But you will find too, and I've learned as well, the attorneys don't want to file that Brady Rule discovery. You're going to have to force them to. This is where contracted with, if you hire an attorney, which I do not recommend, you want to set up your own private contract with that attorney and what you want them to do and not do.
Okay.
And hold them accountable and make them liable, you know. Because one of the first things that attorney should have done was filed in their case, because the way this case operates, instead of a demand or a order, they're operating on the legal side, it would be a motion to dismiss failure to state a claim in which relief can be granted.
Okay. So question. Somebody said Harvey Weinstein lawyer asked for a dismissal 18 times. Facts, he didn't get it, but they asked for it from the beginning, first day of court. And Rowan, you can piggyback where I drop off at. If they ask for a dismissal, the first thing is he's asking. So when he's asking for it, the judge is going to ignore it, or the lawyer acting as a judge is going to ignore it. Go ahead, Rowan.
Not necessarily, because what he's doing is he's got attorneys. See? And that's the difference between a man in a courtroom and an attorney. And an attorney has to file motions asking a judge for permission or their opinion on something. So that's what motions do. You're motioning the court, which the court is the judge.
Okay.
You're asking for permission or you're asking him to do something. Now, a man does not ask the judge to do something. And in fact, a man orders a judge to do something, and a man shouldn't be in front of a judge in the first place. He should be in front of a magistrate to press forth his claim.
Okay.
A judge gives opinion, a magistrate takes and receives orders.
Okay, somebody said, oh, about the RICO Act. How can they charge him with RICO?
Now, RICO would be, if I remember right on the RICO, it would be a criminal activity that's ongoing and has showed a consistent pattern.
Right.
Well, he has showed a consistent pattern from the evidence that was put forward that, okay, I can't say that I know by fact, but just what I have seen, and I can't verify what I have seen as fact, but what I have seen, I'm going to assume, make the assumption, again, I'm not stating facts, I'm making the assumption what I have seen is he would fall under the category Weinstein, I call him Weinstein, it's a habit now, that it would fall under the category of the RICO Act because it's been continuously. It happened more than once. It shows a pattern.
Okay. So they made it look like he's showing a pattern, but it's not a pattern.
Well, he's got numerous women that have stepped forward and has made these complaints because it's not a claim in the legal system.
Right.
If it was on the lawful side, it would be a claim, but they have made complaints against him. So it's not one woman, it's not two women, it's not three women, but from what I know, it's at least 4 or 5 women. Now that's a pattern.
Even though their lies have been rehearsed, they can still look at that as a pattern. And then it makes sense because in New York, you have alleged, we call them accusers because that's what they are. But you have 5 accusers, and then you got technically 5 accusers in Chicago.
Right, and that's where they're accusers.
And
but
that's
they
what
had
makes
filed a complaint instead of a claim.
And that's what creates the pattern, right?
Right. A claim would be these women not coming in as a defendant or an injured party. They would be coming in as a woman against a man by the known as Weinstein.
Okay.
That would be a claim. A complaint would be they're going to the United States or to these district courts or wherever, and they are simply, in these terms, bitching about something.
Right. And see, here's my thing. I find it funny that the FBI said they're not going to deal with this, but Homeland Security touched it when it comes to R. Kelly. And the FBI said no. Homeland Security said.
I would have to kind of look on that on the jurisdiction and see what type of jurisdiction Homeland Security does have, and where did these so-called complaints actually take place. But again, however, it goes back to, was this matter already resolved through a remedy? And everything I can gather, it has been. So again, they have no jurisdiction.
Right. Somebody asks, somebody asks, how about the statute of limitations on the RICO? But somebody else asks, in terms of RICO Act, is there any time limitation for it to be seen as a pattern?
I do not recall the limit. That would be something that the group can look up on the statute of limitations on the RICO Act. I personally wouldn't think if there was a case that was a recent case, and they can turn around and look back and see there was an ongoing pattern, even if there was a conviction or enough evidence showing that it was an ongoing pattern even 10, 12 years back, they can still try it under the RICO Act.
But see, check this out. This is the same case that he was acquitted of in 2008. The only thing they did was change the name of the charges, and they added a few more charges, and they added this RICO Act, which kind of surprised me because they got charges coming out of New York. But what is his likelihood in New York?
Okay, are we back on R. Kelly or the Weinstein case?
R. Kelly.
Okay. I mean, they can turn around and bring forth all sorts of different charges, but where is it really? What's initiating these charges? Is it not going back to the allegations in the first place?
That's the point that everybody's puzzled about, because that's what nobody know, and ain't nobody saying it.
Well, if it's going back, and that's my understanding and what I have seen enough in the documents, that it all seems to be going back to the women that has already been settled.
So basically, with that point, if there's been settled, there's no case.
Exactly.
Because
there is no case.
And because one of the alleged victims, Faith Rogers, and she had a civil suit. Her lawyer at the time purposely don't show up, they're gonna throw the civil suit out. And because she's in the more serious criminal suit. So even with that going forward, even though she tried it civilly and it got thrown out, how can she jump back criminally? Don't they have to take her out of that 5 lineup thing?
Okay, it would go back to remedy. Now, when she first communicated with R. Kelly, did she offer him a remedy and he accepted and then she declined? And the prosecution moved forward on hers a little differently. If I'm understanding what you're saying.
Right.
There was a remedy offered, and prosecution talked her out of accepting the remedy so they can move forward with a criminal case.
So because he was acquitted in 2008, right?
Okay.
That whole pattern that they talking about goes away because they couldn't find him guilty of anything. And he had, 18 charges then?
However, they like to operate on assumptions and presumptions. Remember, nothing is fact in their world.
Right.
So even though he was found not guilty, they're making the assumptions and presumptions, even if he was found not guilty, that he did.
So basically,
Now
even though they acquitted him, they still trying to say that he's guilty.
That's something that I have to look more into because I don't know a lot about that case.
Okay.
But from what I'm just understanding from you, there was a remedy offered it.
Okay.
And it seems like that she brought forth the suit. He offered a remedy, and they backed out. From what I'm gathering,
Right.
and she backed out because of the prosecution wanting to bring forth criminal charges. But however, if he did offer that remedy and she declined it, then who's bringing forth the controversy? It's all about honor and dishonor.
So basically, but that means that she was dishonest in the court, and therefore she have to be vacated.
She declined her remedy.
Right.
Now to move forward, that would be controversy.
Thank
whether
you.
it would be criminal or anything else.
Wow. So now I'm going to Harvey Weinstein. Is that why most of his charges? I'm gonna say it this way because I don't want to confuse nobody. Because our terminology is different, bro. Is that why most of his charges have been dismissed because they were brought out on the civil side?
It's possible because if I remember right, I'm trying to remember on his case if he did settle with a few, and if he did settle with a few, and then that he had settled, or the ones that got dropped, then that would explain why they did get dropped, because they had no controversy in that issue.
Okay.
Do you remember what took place? Because I can't remember if he settled or if he was trying to settle. I believe he did settle with a few of them.
Yeah, he settled with a surety bond with, I want to say, 26 of them. It was 28, but the two that was originally on that settlement, they were the ones that was bringing the most serious crimes in New York. Those are the ones that got dropped or that he was found not guilty on.
Okay. I would like to answer you on that, but that's just something I've got to dig in a little bit more before. I don't want to mislead people, but
Right.
I know a little bit about it, but not enough to actually be truthful on it and give an honest answer to it. I just don't know enough about it to give a truthful answer.
Right now, question: in the event that a state's attorney starts soliciting people to come forth on somebody that they're accusing, that's a violation of her office, ain't it?
It would be. I would probably see it as a bribe. I've not seen it happen. No, not to say that it don't happen. I would look at it more as a bribe.
But I'm gonna give it to you. Okay, Kim Fox in the R. Kelly case, she came forth and said and basically put out there like, if anybody have been a victim of R. Kelly, please come forth. I need to speak with you. I need to do this. And then she said that she opened up a hotline number, but a lot of people was calling in saying how good R. Kelly was to them when they met him, and she totally dismissed that. And other people just start coming out the woodworks talking about, oh, R. Kelly did this to me, and they ran with that.
That's just accusations. You know, who brought forth the facts?
Nobody.
You know, anybody can sit here and make an accusation or a complaint, which is a bit just bitching. It's the facts.
So with her being a state's attorney, she can't do that, right?
Well, she can make all the accusations she wants, and that's what they do. But if they're not rebutted point by point, they stand as fact. That's how they operate. They love making accusations, assumptions, and presumptions, and most people don't know to rebut it point by point, and it stands as fact. So, come time for court, your silence has become acquiescence. You've agreed to whatever that prosecutor has put on the record.
But she didn't do it in court, and she did it on public television.
Well, public television would be the same. You know, in writing, he should turn around and respond back and rebut her because it's public. You know.
Okay.
Or he could turn around and do proof of claim. You know, don't argue the matter. Just make who the accusations be proven.
Somebody said, would that be? Wait a minute. Would that be an ethical violation of that office, though?
By her trying to get people to come forward?
Yeah.
I don't see it as being one. You know, I don't see it.
Okay. Now
they're trying to build a case, and they're essentially just trying to seek and have more people come forward for their case. So I don't see it an ethical violation.
Okay, so let me ask this, because somebody said, okay, one of R. Kelly girlfriends, right, was 17 and 9 months. Her parents emancipated her by signing a note giving custody over to somebody that worked for R. Kelly, right?
Okay.
They end up dealing with each other, the daughter and R. Kelly. It wasn't no problem then. I guess as it got on and whatever deal didn't go right or whatever happened didn't go right, Then the parents want to bring forth a case saying, well, she was 17. In Chicago, 17 is legal.
Okay, so and that would be the same in Texas. In fact, I believe Texas would be 16 nowadays.
Right.
So, yeah, if state law says that 17 is legal, then they're of legal age.
Right. And by them signing her to emancipate her.
Right. So so the parents really don't have say so in it because they've essentially relinquished their responsibility and rights by emancipating her. She's an adult and now she acts on her own.
Right. So basically, there's no way she can go back and rebut talking about, I was 17 when all this happened. Now that stuff has gone sour with her.
Any accusations or assumptions or presumptions put on the record has to be rebutted point by point.
Right.
They have to come back in, and then they have to turn around and prove it.
Right.
And of course, if they want to try to argue and prove it, what are they doing? They're creating controversy.
Right. Now, somebody said, if no one had filed charges with the police or made a police report, how can they come back years later and say a crime has happened?
Well, there's certain things there's no statutes of limitation on.
Right.
They can come in 20 years later, murder, and I think even rape falls under that. There's no statute of limitations in most states. So it can be 20 years later and they can come in and file for the charges.
Even if it was no police or nothing.
Right, at that time, even if there's not. However, they're making the complaint or the claim, therefore they have to prove it.
Okay.
You don't go, how can you prove a negative? You
Right.
can't. A negative and a negative don't make a positive.
Right. You're right. Hold on for a second, bro.
What did Jesus do? Jesus turned the tables over. That was a metaphor.
Right.
What he was doing, he's telling you to turn the tables back on them. That's what proof of claim is.
Right.
He also tells you be quick and settle it with thy adversary, or they'll take the keys and lock you in the cell.
Right. Hold on for a second, bro. LC, that's it. I see you commenting and I see you trying to answer everything. But check it. When you write a note to somebody and it's notarized and it's sent over as a chain of custody contract, that's called emancipation, brother. She's emancipated because both parents signed and the chain of custody was given to another party. All right, go ahead, bro.
Okay. Well, yeah, I heard you say something about a notary.
Yeah.
Now, if a notary is done right, they have more power than a judge, a clerk, or any of them. That's why it's important to use a notary, especially in an administrative process. One that actually knows how to do a certificate of non-response as your evidence.
Okay.
And confirms the acquiescence. Now, in this case, too, as well, there could have been an administrative process done on this instead of even being in court.
But see, they wanted to turn it into a shit show. Speaking of Homeland Security and the fake accusers, they wanted to turn it into a shit show, and that's what it developed into, a shit show.
No, that's all it is in these courts. It's a shit show. It's nothing but an act. Look at, if you ever pull up any court document, they call you actors, participants. You're a plaintiff, defendant.
I know. Let me ask you this, bro. One of the accusers, right? She admitted to providing fake identification to sneak in the courthouse. She also provided intel of saying that she had fake identification when she was dealing with R. Kelly. Now she wanted to go back and try to make R. Kelly pay for the crimes that her uncle has did to her. And she's personalizing it with R. Kelly. that case should be thrown out because of the fact of she lying to public officials and everybody else, right?
Well, we'll go back to subject matter in the first place. The United States is bringing forth the complaint. They have witnesses. These women are witnesses on the behalf of the United States. They're not the injured party. You know, the United States is acting as the injured party. R. Kelly is not the defendant. He's a man. He cannot be a defendant. He cannot hold a title. A defendant is a title. So again, maybe you can see it all. It's all a game. They want you to participate, and they do it through fraud. They want him to identify as that name, and once he identifies with that name, you know, they now have joined her.
Oh.
R. Kelly is not on trial. That commercial Inla Geese name is on trial. Essentially, the United States is suing the United States because that name belongs to the United States. They're obligated to that name. They're the obligated party.
So what if
The
he?
state created it, and the United States is obligated to that name.
So what if he just say, "This is not me, and my name is Robert Sylvester Kelly, not R. Kelly"?
Well, as I've taught you before as well,
Right.
Why is it important when the first thing that comes out of your mouth in that courtroom is, "I'm a man" or "I'm a woman"? Now you stated fact into that court. Now they've got to rebut that. Now, if they don't, it stands as fact.
Right.
They don't have jurisdiction over a man. You know, you can play the you game all you want, because I guarantee it. This paperwork in R. Kelly's case, it always says you are being charged with blah, blah, blah. You are ordered to appear at such and such time. My first question is who is you?
Right.
That's that attorney or that prosecutor. Are you you? Who is you? You know, it's a game of you and them and you're and so forth. They use the you game.
Okay.
Now that name, there's ways to go around that as well. You know, I've been led to believe that name belongs to the United States Corporation. I've been known to use it.
Right.
You know, but how can I be a title? I mean,
Right.
it cannot be a title.
And I was
So you got to put it back off on them.
right, and I was explaining to this group like 2 days ago the difference of why you should never go into court and say you're a parent of a child.
Right, because a parent is a pay rent. You got to break these words down. You know, they're okay. They operate on legal. Now, what is legal? Legal is against God's laws.
Right.
That's what legal means. So everything they're doing is against God's laws. Now, everything they do is deceiving. And they use Latin, known as dog Latin or legalese, or, you know, it's got decapitated letters. I mean, a lot of things that's associated with it with the same meaning pretty much is what they're doing. It's fraud, it's trickery. You know, they're deceiving a man.
Right. So basically you should reference your children as your property, right?
Right, because a man does not have, okay, so we'll go on the children because I know there's probably several people in your audience and they may know somebody dealing with CPS or family courts, child support, divorces or something. Now, what they're doing is they put the word in there, children or child, you know, in the matter of such and such, a minor child or children, okay? Now, a child and a children is a legal entity. It was created by the state, and therefore what they want you to do is go in there and argue that, you know, say about child support or custody of this child. Well, the state's going to let you argue it and let you come in and accept responsibility for their property because it's not the property of a man or a woman. A man or a woman, they conceived a son or a daughter. They didn't give birth to a child or children. You know, we're not a parent. Look at when you register your kids in school, it says parent or guardian. You know, it's all trickery. And it's the sooner somebody learns what they're doing in the way they use language, Latin against a man or a woman to deceive them, the quicker they can get out of the system. You know, what does the Bible say? Watch what comes off your tongue.
Right.
So if you're in there and you're calling that your child, you've now accepted liability for something that does not belong to you. You're arguing something that belongs to the state. Well, your son and daughter is a member of mankind. A man and a woman is a member of mankind. They're not human. Human is a shape. You know?
So, question for the and I'm gonna just jump back and forth. And for R. Kelly, he have a bond hearing coming up, and I've explained to them why I think his bond hearing should come with conditions, and because if New York doesn't give him a bond and Chicago do, and New York will come and scoop him up in less than 24 hours, and they will have jurisdiction. So basically, if he does get, but I guess my question, to the person, but I want to ask, because they was like, ask about his bond hearing. But I pretty much gave it to you the truth about it. But Ro, what do you think about that?
Well, first of all, his bond hearing should have been before a magistrate before he ever got locked up. As soon as that policy enforcer or peace officer known as a sheriff had put him in handcuffs, put him under duress, that sheriff or a policy enforcer is supposed to bring him straight before a judge and set forth a bond. It ain't, what they're doing is violating his due process rights. Then they set a bond. It shouldn't be this waiting months before he gets a bond hearing. And that arresting, what most people do not know, is in reality a sheriff is supposed to be the one to arrest him, not a policy enforcer that works for a corporation known as a police officer.
Well,
and that sheriff is required to keep him safe. That means that sheriff is supposed to be in that jail known as a warehouse known as a jail, with his times keeping him safe. Are they doing that?
No, they're not.
Well, and that's what most people don't know. So is that arresting sheriff or policy enforcer that put them handcuffs on and brought him in, is he in violation of his oath?
Yes, he is. Because it wasn't the sheriff that arrested him. It was Homeland Security.
And again, Homeland Security ain't nothing but just men and women hiding behind a corporation. You know, federal. It's federal. Everything federal is a corporation. It was created under Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 of the Constitution. And lo and behold, who found the, they call it a loophole in the Constitution. That would be the Rothschild. So they created a separate government, and it would be the democracy. We have a republic and we have a democracy. The democracy is for corporations, and you kind of see now why all these politicians are creating all these laws and so forth, which are actually not law, they're policies. Because they're benefit. They're nothing but a bunch of lawyers.
And I'm glad you said that. Because that leads me into our favorite president. That people are starting to see the good that Donald Trump is doing and that the bad that the others have been doing. So, Ro,
right.
This where I shut up and let you go into it.
Well, first, I'm going to say, I, a man, govern thyself, so I don't need a president. You know, this country was set up for a man and a woman to govern themselves. However, if you're incompetent, you do need to be governed. And if you need to be governed, you will fall under them statutory procedures and will have a president such as Trump. Now, that being said, I do support Trump because following and seeing what he is doing, he is trying to bring back the republic that all these politicians have pretty well destroyed. Now, because they cannot make money on the republic side. And why is that? Because the common law is pretty well simple and plain. You don't need all these statutes to understand it or to control a man or a woman. It's pretty simple. Do not hurt another man or a woman. Do not hurt their property. So that's pretty simple. Why do you need all these cases to be brought forth in front of a Supreme Court when it's pretty well self-explanatory? A 2-year-old would understand that. However, they're in for themselves. And you'll find out most of them are running for Congress or president or whatever. They were attorneys. You know, the Clintons were attorneys, you know, or some type of scholar profession. But what they're doing is they're creating policies and they're calling them law. And they're playing on the ignorance in the education system to where every man and woman thinks that those apply to them. Well, if you're operating and you're living in the public, of course they're going to apply to you. A man needs to, you know, remain on the private and occasionally put on the mask and get back in the public to deal with certain things and then get back into the private. The private is for the republic. The public is for the Democratic is for the public side.
So I've been letting them know about the silver indictments, and I've let them know about the president who was dead months ago that they just try to bring forth to say that he just died.
You must be talking about last year on December 5th, Bush Sr.
Speak on it, bro.
Yeah, he was, and I don't know if they had put him down or if he actually died of health issues. He had died in September of, it was 2018, and then December 5th of 2018, they had his public funeral, or shortly after. Now,
So-
D5 was just a game. It's a inside war going on, and they keep bodies frozen for certain things to distract the population. And they were under the impression that the D-class is going to happen on D5. So they used up one of their, I guess you could call it a game, to be able to draw the attention away from the D5, which was supposed to be the D-class, which they were led to believe the D-class was going to happen on that December 5th. And so they announced that George Herbert Walker Bush Sr. had died. And lo and behold, what it do? It went all over their television and it controlled the airwaves. It was a
So
tactic used by our military to distract and get them to use one of their weapons when they had no need to use it.
So question. I've mentioned also that Trump had over 12 assassinations attempts already, and plus one coup. Can you attest to that? Is there any truth to that?
Well, I myself cannot attest to it,
Right.
but as a Q follower and proof after proof after proof presented, you know, you have to acknowledge that he has inside, it's our intel, it's a military intel that's actually waking the public with actual facts. So nothing has been confirmed that he's had attempts on his life, you know, but you're going to have to pretty well assume that it's true.
Right. And CNN and all the fake news people.
Oh, here's what's going on. And I'm going to tell you, okay, so if you look back, all these politicians loved Trump for years, back into the 80s and 90s and so forth, until he decided he was going to run for president. You know, he was friends with anybody, everybody of all colors, so forth. Now, what changed from the time he was a businessman to a politician? He told the public that he was going to take the government back and give back to the people. Now, just about all the politicians and bankers and so forth are all involved in all these criminal activities, and they've been robbing the American people left and right. It don't matter what side it's on. It's Democratic and Republican.
Right.
And by him turning around and giving the republic back to the people, they're losing their power. Their crimes are being exposed, and they keep lashing out more and more and more, trying to stop. The impeachment was nothing more than just a setup to be able to try to take them out.
And
they're losing power.
And that's what Nancy Pelosi terribly failed at.
Yeah, Schumer's a murderer, a child molester. You know, he's trying to cover his crimes. It wasn't about the impeachment. It wasn't about Trump being on trial. It was about them trying to keep things out of the public and try to hide their own crimes, especially with Ukrainian. Biden and his son and Pelosi, all of them are involved in selling out America, you know, through Ukrainian and China and other countries.
So
they're afraid the people is going to find out.
So when Trump just went to India, because CNN said that they're reporting, CNN is reporting that half the people walked out, but Fox News showed the actual front of the stadium. That's the largest stadium in the world.
Yeah, get on where you'll find a lot of fact is on Twitter. That whole stadium was full. The people there in India was cheering for Trump. You know, the media is trying to convince you everybody hates Trump and against Trump and he's causing all these wars. I mean, come on, look what happened with North Korea. We were dealing with North Korea for years. And what happened when he gets in office? He's walking side by side. I thought the North Korean president was a dictator. No, he was controlled by the Rothschild. They were controlled by the central bank. When you start taking the central bank out of it and you start taking the control away from these people, then these countries are able to be free. When you're seeing him travel to different countries, what he's doing is he's setting up a separate trade deal. You know, he talks about trade, but what people don't realize is he's trying to get us off of the petrodollar.
Right.
He's trying to pull the power away from the federal government, the Federal Reserve, all that stuff.
The Federal Reserve debt notes.
Yes, exactly. And put us back on the gold standard. Well, the Rothschild, all these bankers don't want that because now they lose power and they can't just sit here and create wars and benefit on both ends.
So
they're losing control of the people across the world.
So basically, if we do what Iceland has done, we will be able to go back to the Republic.
That's what we're working on right now. And what the media does not tell you is all our silver and gold that was stolen, that was one of the first things that was got back. We had the gold and the silver. Now, if you'll pay attention to what's going on right now, Trump is putting his people in charge of the Federal Reserve. You've got to control that.
Right.
And by doing so, then we can start taking the power away from them and putting us back on the gold standard. What he's doing now, if you'll watch his tweets, he's telling the public, he's trying to wake the public, look, it's the Federal Reserve. You know, it's the central bank that's causing all this harm to everybody, making us broke and taking more and more of our money. You know, you can't pay a debt with a debt. You get inflation. And the dollar becomes less and less and less. You know, 30 years ago or 40 years ago, our parents can work 2 or 3 years and, 10 years tops and pay for a home. You know, by the time they were ready to retire, they had 3 or 4 homes. And this is a man without the wild work, and he could work at a grocery store and retire by the time he's 40 years old. What has changed?
Right. You're right.
The Federal Reserve has made everyone a slave. It don't matter what color you are. If that Federal Reserve, the central banks are in your country, you're a slave to them.
So, question. Let's jump back to R. Kelly because I see questions coming and we bouncing back and forth. So it's not it's not one central topic. And I made that fact. We ain't doing one central topic. Again, if y'all can't respect that, then maybe this is not the channel or the topic for y'all. For the ones that's out here just saying what they saying, being disrespectful. My next question is Michael Avenatti.
Yeah, Mr. Criminal.
Yeah.
Finally getting exposed. What was once in the dark will be brought into the light. What's going on? We're in the biblical prophecies right now. See all these pedophiles running all these countries and the banks and everything. They're being brought into the light. They're no longer in the dark.
And see, and what I was trying to tell folks is when Epstein Black Book came up as found, you see Avenatti disappeared because he didn't want his truths put out there. But when you're fighting against a president who don't have no boundaries, you're going to be found. And
he's not controlled.
Right. And the thing is, as much as people will be like, oh, we worried about this, we worry about this. If you don't worry about the big topic at hand, the small topic is not going to matter because you ain't going to know how to fight it if you don't know how to deal with the big topic. And the big topic is Donald Trump, as much as people hate him, and as much as you hear me say Donald Trump is a pure asshole, he's doing something that the Clintons, the Obamas, and the Bushes didn't do. And after joining Q, I found out why they didn't do it. Because they were part of it. Donald Trump is single-handedly wage war against against pedophilia. Against pedophilia. And
yes, the bankers, pedophilia. I mean, he's taken on so many. The federal. I mean, this president is taking them all on. For us, because why? The man and the woman did not stand up as we should have done 20 or 30 years ago. He's taking it on for us. He's taking the beating. He's taking the backlash. He's taking the criticism. And soon people will find out that he isn't a bad man. I wasn't a supporter of him at first. I was hoping that Cruz would, but then Trump had said something that Holy Spirit spoke to me, and I mean, it drew me right there. Wait a minute. He just was speaking spiritual. He was talking spiritual, he was referencing the Bible.
Right.
And it opened my eyes real quick. Wait a minute. There's more to Trump than what I thought, a businessman hanging around with all these other politicians and so forth. And could you trust him, So at that point, I didn't trust him. It took me a while to trust him, but I focus. I pay attention. I see what's going on. I pay attention to the little things and the big things he's doing, and you see what the whole big picture, where he's going with all this.
Now,
but you got to wake up and see what's going on. You got to see the whole picture. You got to take every little thing he's doing to see the big picture and where he's going with this.
Now, Ro, this is where I know you're going to go in at, and I'm going to have fun laughing. Somebody said President Barack couldn't do a lot because of the Senate wouldn't let him.
Most of that's an act. The Congress was controlled, the Senate was controlled, Barack Obama was controlled. He had a handler. Everything you had seen was just show.
Now let me ask this, Ro. What is the significance of the ties of the president, and why Donald Trump never wear one of their ties?
Well, you've got to see their ties because color has a lot to do with it. And the only difference I believe in one of the colors is purple. One would be the pedophiles like to use the color purple.
Yep.
It's a symbolism. When you see a bunch of them wearing purple, say they're having a congressional bill or something trying to be passed, and you see tons of them wearing purple. You know, what they're doing is they're pretty well showing themselves to the people who are awake. They're pedophiles. You know, symbolism. Look at Maxine Waters. Look at the ring on her finger. She's telling you, but people don't pay attention to symbolism. She's a pedophile. Yes, women can be pedophiles. Look at the ring she's got. You got to know these symbolisms.
And also, look back at Barack Obama when he passed the same-sex bill. He had all the purple on, along with everybody else, but they had on purple.
I don't recall, but it would not surprise me.
Yeah, because he had the dark purple tie. Nancy Pelosi had on that purple dress. Oprah had on the purple dress, and everybody else had on purple.
Yeah. And Oprah is too, as well as a pedophile. She flaunts that pedophile jewelry all over the place, but again, people don't pay attention. We've been so indoctrinated, we don't look at the small things. What do you think that school was that she actually had that got shut down? Do you really think that was an education deal or a front?
Oh, the one in the one in Africa?
Yeah, the school that she had in, I believe it was Africa or South Africa or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right after she closed the school down, all them African kids disappeared?
Right. Now, what really took place there, the media was keeping you from.
And wait a minute, didn't somebody...
As a matter of fact, I do know that was not her. That was Ellen DeGeneres. The Epstein Island. Did you ever pay attention to her setting? No. Well, if you look around and you could probably go back through and find her backstory Epstein's island. That was her backsplash on her setting. Wow. They were flaunting this stuff in front of the people.
Wow. So,
you know, you go into a courtroom, look at the symbolism. It's they're dealing in Roman cult. It's the symbolism's everywhere. They flaunt it in our face 24/7. And you know, for years, the people like I that was awake, you know, we would get mocked. But more and more people are finally waking up, and you know, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's fact. It's there. It's been there. Right. So, last topic before I let you go, Ro, and this is the most gruesome topic. I just so happen to save the best for last. I'm sorry, Democrats, y'all gonna hate me for this. But Hillary Clinton, Ro, the sacrifices that she did with the little girls and stuff. Do you want to talk about that? Look, Hillary Clinton already told the people who her mentors was. You know, one of her mentors was the known KKK leader, Byrd. You know, she told you there, but people refused to listen. She also wrote a thesis in college that Saul Alinsky. Now, Saul Alinsky was a Satanist. And he told them, he wrote a book on what to do. What you're guilty of, accuse the others of. Just don't overdo it, because then people would wait. So she uses the Saul Alinsky tactic all the time. She's always accusing something. Whatever she's accusing somebody of, she's guilty of. So speak on when she mutilated her and wore her face. The 15-year-old girl. Yeah. Is what you're in reference to. The one what the New York, 10 of the New York officers had seen the video, and 9 of them was suicided on the job in other ways. Right. Only one's still alive. Right. Speak on that. That's what the insurance file is. Oh, okay. So you want was found on Wiener's laptop. That was the insurance file that Huma Abedin had against her. If she went down, Hillary's going down too, because they were both involved with the 15-year-old girl. They raped her. They turned around, skinned her alive. That ways they could get that adrenaline flowing to drink their adrenochrome. Do the 1,000 punches, and they slowly drain the blood. They use that blood in their ritual sacrifice, and a lot of people don't want to believe it because it's too gruesome. They eat people. You know, it's sacrifice. They're in the top of the top sacrifices. They're not just pedophiles, you know. And when we call a pedophile, we look at somebody that does it for sexual pleasure, you know. They're satisfying their own need, molesting a kid. They're doing it because a child, okay, and I'm going to use child because I don't normally use child, but because most people understand a child. A child was God's most precious being of mankind. So what they're doing to these children has not so much to do with being the pedophile. It's they're doing everything they can to hurt a children because it's God's most precious thing.
And for
That's why they're going after the children.
And for her to mutilate a kid and then wear the kid face on her face like it's a game. But not just that. If you look at the debate tonight, the ones that's really wearing purple, that's real, look at the ones that got on red shoes.
Oh, yeah. The red shoes. The Red Shoe Club.
Speak on that, bro.
Red Shoe Club is, you got to pay attention. You know, again, it's another symbolism. They come in, they sacrifice a child, and then they skin them. And the ones that have killed and a child, they become a member of the Red Shoe Club. And you'll see them all wearing red shoes.
And some of that shoe contains skins of the kids that they killed, right?
Exactly. There's a lot out there that most people will not be able to handle. In fact, if the population knew even half of what was going on, probably 90% of them would be in the hospital.
Right.
They could not take it. There's going to be a lot that people will not understand or cannot handle.
All right, now these silver indictments, which I done referenced them to, and I done told the folks over here that when martial law is called, don't be alarmed, don't be afraid, just do as it say, because the martial law is going to be put in place when they come to lock up Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and Michelle Obama and Bill Clinton.
All right, so on the sealed indictments, for people to really understand, the average sealed indictment was anywhere from 500 to 1,000 a year. Well, for the last 3.5 years, we've been averaging at least 5,000 a month, when the average was roughly at the most 1,000 a year. We're upwards to, I think, 175,000 sealed indictments.
Right.
So, you know, something's going on, and it has to do with a lot of politicians, bankers, and so forth. You know, they're being called out. They're going after. Look at all the CEO resignations. Why are all these people stepping down from the CEOs of these banks and corporations? And look at Disney. Disney just had a CEO step down, I believe it was today.
Bob Yeager stepped down?
Yes.
Woo! Look at God.
Well,
the biggest pedophile on the face of the earth.
What islands did the Disney cruise go around? That's what people need to ask.
Epstein Island.
Exactly. Now, which was the two islands? Did it not travel both islands?
Right.
That belonged to Epstein? Now, why don't you Google and see how many kids on them that the media did not talk about? And it all happened to be around the Epstein Island on these Disney cruises.
Wow. This is sad, man. And
it's been under our nose, and we all just, you know, we were so busy with our own life, like they wanted us to be, keep us occupied, being slaves to them and throwing games in front of our kids' face and so forth, that we don't see what's going on in front of us.
All right, bro, bonus question. This is for my fellas. Actually, this is for my fellas and my ladies. When they going into child support, bro, child support court, the first thing that they should do if they are being labeled as an obligor or a non-custodial pay rent, what's some of the first things they should do?
It depends. If it's the first time ever being put on child support, that notice to appear is an offer. You know, they're trying to contract with you. I normally don't talk about this procedure because people want to turn around and think it can be used on everything, and it can't.
Right.
Now, as an offer, what do you do with it? If you do not see a benefit in that offer, what do you want to do with that offer? You want to void it out.
And send it back.
You file it back into the case with a special appearance. Now they don't have a contract. You don't have to go in. If you do your special appearance right and you void out that offer, and what you got to do is take that offer and you void it out at a 45-degree in red from the top left to the bottom right. Void, no contract, no benefit in contract offer, and so forth. Something to that effect. And you want to make 3 copies of it in color. That way you have your copy of it in red. And you want to take their copy, file it back into that court case. You want to take and give a copy to the attorney and keep a copy for yourself. And when you file it, you want them to timestamp and show proof of filing with their copy and your copy. Now, the opposing attorney for the agency or for the ex or whatever does not need to be timestamped or nothing like that.
Okay.
You file your special appearance. On that special appearance, put on there how they were properly served according to your state rules of procedure, following the case, and I wouldn't even show up. Now they have lost personal jurisdiction, they lost subject matter, they have no contract. That's what they're doing. They're seeking a contract.
And they don't have a case.
They don't have a case.
Right.
They need you to participate to get that contract.
And who want to participate in a shit show?
Exactly.
Oh, I stand corrected, Ro. They said Les Wexner, the CEO of L Brands and Jeffrey Epstein's only confirmed client, is stepping down after near 6 decades as the company's chief executive.
On this is for who?
This is Les Wexner. But they said the CEO of L Brands and Jeffrey Epstein's only confirmed client is stepping down after near 6 decades as the company's chief executive.
Well, it's no surprise. There's tons and tons and tons. If people would just research, start looking up how many CEOs have been stepping down in the last 2 years, you're going to be surprised. So, and that's because they've all been part of enslaving the man and the woman, you know, through these administrative corporations and so forth, ripping us off, selling us out, as well as like a lot of our politicians.
Right. All right, bro. We ain't gonna hold you. We thank you so much for joining us. Everybody in the chat, thank you for joining. I guess if they send me questions afterwards, I'll take them down and I'll shoot them to you and I'll get an answer and then I'll return it back to them.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Rogue, and I'll call you in a few.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Well,
on the radio show that PD couldn't make contact with the radio.
there it is.
Said it was.
Hold on. Oh, go ahead. No more. So, question: what do y'all think about the live today? That's what I want to know. Do y'all think it was informative? If y'all have any questions later on, you can shoot them to me. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? That's true. That's true. $1 million worth of game. You're right. No problem, Miss Jane. Right? See, my thing is, I don't mind bringing knowledge. Yeah. You're right. I don't bring no content. Coming from Mr. No Content. You're right. So, question: would y'all want to see more deep conversations like this over this channel, or would y'all just want me just to wing it and freestyle sometimes and just pop up with informative stuff every once in a blue? He confirmed a lot of things I was not sure. Okay, great man. Ro is a great man. One thing I can say, he's a great man. I'm glad to call him a friend. When I was going through, he made sure I was good. When I was filing paperwork wrong, he was making sure my stuff was straight. So, I think you digging me. I think I'm gonna keep mixing it up too. I'm gonna have the funny. I'm gonna have the commentary. I'm gonna have the current events. I'm gonna have the straightforward, all that. So, like I said, I keep seeing people and hearing people talk about bond. I hope he gets bond with conditions. And with the conditions, I hope the conditions are that New York have to abide by Chicago rule, which I've never seen that happen before, though. I've never seen it happen. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm not saying it won't happen, but I've never seen it happen. So I'm hoping this will be a first that it happened. Roa's, Roa's a good guy. I can't tell his occupation, but let's just say he's very close. Very close. And I can't tell his occupation. So, thank you, Junior Allen, for the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Every little bit helps. On this debate, do y'all see the people with the red shoes? Honey Love, what are you talking about? Look, y'all saying y'all been ignored, but I'm not seeing what y'all saying. Oh, no, the live is not staying up. No, I did not see Greenberg's latest tweet. Let me see what he said. Let me see. I know I missed a call from Doug Anton today, which is something that I never do. Okay, let's see what Greenberg say. Damn, came right up. That's the same tweet. From 12 hours ago. It's nothing new. That same tweet. Call back. So if y'all want to say something, call 470-355-8221. Power, what up, brother? My bro in the house. Did you go live yesterday, Power? If you did, I missed your joint. But call in, tell me what you think. 470-355-8221. Do you know what happened with Drip? You got to go look at my last live, Beatrice. It makes me look at all types of politicians now, especially all these colors. Telling you, every color represents something. Even on down to the gatekeepers of pedophilia. The gatekeepers of pedophilia normally have on black suits, white shirts, collar open at the top, and no tie. Hmm? Hmm. 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 Oh, okay. Hey, thanks, Elizabeth. Hey, I just got a text that I had to look at, right? And I want to see something. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I just want to see something real quick. I want to see something. I want to see something. Hold on. I'm just saying. It's kind of crazy, but I want to show y'all something real quick, just real quick, 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 real quick. Just want to show you something. Just want to show you something real quick. Hold on. Oh, that's Georgia Power account. I want to show something real quick. Yeah. What I just showed y'all was merely 20 flight tickets that I've taken within the last 3 months that I paid for by myself. So when people want to show one flight ticket from Spirit, I cannot entertain any of that. I'm happy people can catch a Spirit flight. But when you upgrade to a Delta flight, then let me know. That's all. That's all. And I'll be catching an American airline flight. So when you can upgrade like that, then holler at me. Holler at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Just holler at your boy. Now back to the lecture at hand. You know, Spirit is mega bus of the sky. Delta is limousine service, jet flying, styling and profiling, alligator shoes that I can barely keep on my feet because I keep on knocking them down. I'm sorry. It's fine. It's fine. Love you, Brooke. It's fine. I merely fly everywhere I want to go. If I want to catch a megabus, it's because I just want to lay back and enjoy the scene. But I fly everywhere I go. Wait a minute. Y'all head going off, so. Oh, that's what it is. Sylvia, call in 470-355-8221. Sylvia, call in 470-355-8221. Is she still on here? There's nothing wrong with Megabus. I love Megabus. I get to lay back, relax, and ride. But people that talk about it because they got a Spirit flight for the first time in their life. They got a Spirit flight. Spirit flight. Shit. A Spirit flight. They get exclusive peanuts that they gotta pay $4 for. Spirit. Spirit. I fly Delta. Executive class. Y'all heard me on my live. Executive class. Hold on. Hold on. Just so y'all know I don't be capping. That's what happens. When you tell the truth, everybody got to tell lies. Or they take a little bit of truth and mix a lot of lie into it. So with that being said, okay. Is Sylvia in here or is she on that talk line? Yo, calling the show line.
Oh, what happened?
Just calling the show line and you about to find out.
Okay.
It's not that. Southwest, man. I don't know. See, I'm a tall guy. And every time I go on Southwest, I can never get an aisle seat. So I be in that joint like this. I mean, I can lean back a little bit, but Spirit, man, I'm on that joint like this. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. They catch a Spirit flight and they know Jesus. I ride Spirit. Fuck them niggas. They catch Megabus. Until they get the person that catch Megabus and say, I fly Delta 12 times a month. How many times you fly Spirit? You're live on the Dana J Show. How can I help you?
Hey, Dana.
Hey, Sylvia.
Hey.
Do you got your other phone open?
No, I don't have my other phone open. Why? What happened?
I want you to look at something on the screen.
Okay, hold on. I can look at it on this screen that I'm on. Hold on.
You can. You can.
Hold on. Hold on. What am I looking for? Go up, go up. I can't see. Go up. I'm done. The shopper's revenge. She said about the,
That's when me and you had that disagreement, as we always do.
Yeah, I fight you all the time.
Right. And she's claiming that she defended you against me because I attacked you. We ain't gonna call a person name, but she claiming that she defended you when I attacked you. But this the same person that called you all type of names, talked about your stuff that you shared, and all of that.
You gotta think about that girl. She ain't got. My life is more. I got more important things in life.
I'm just saying, let's just bring clarity to some things. Some things, some things is like, when we know where we at, and we know that me and you go at it a lot, which we do. Or you'll call me and be like, what's up, dude? Some things, when it's put out in public.
That's what family do, Dana.
Right.
Family That's what family do.
Right.
Fight.
Right. Family don't backstab each other and then proclaim they dead and shit. Families don't go on rants because they can't get close to people and then fall back like they some fucking wicked witch of the evil east or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just to the point where I just want God to touch all my haters because they making me great.
Yeah, you just.
I'm not I promise you, I do not miss an ounce of sleep because I got haters. I don't. Only thing I know is that when you need your platform to pop, you can't go to nobody else except for who? Dana J. So the minute Dana J changes his name and other folks don't recognize what my name is, your platform gonna die. The minute I leave and go somewhere else because Dana J don't have no content and there's no content to be had, and I'm making sure nobody can steal any of my content, the pages are gonna die. I'm gonna ask this question, and I'm not being cocky because I'm very confident, but I'm gonna go here. Because Jesus is the head of my life, I got a reason to be cocky. At the end of the day, R. Kelly said 2 things he's the best at. Number 1 is making music. Y'all know the other one is. I'm gonna follow up on what he said. There's 3 things that I'm the best at. 1, that's acting. 2, that's making kids. Beautiful kids at that. I'm glad to say I thank the Lord I don't have an ugly child. Not none. The 3rd thing is debunking the lies of people. So my thing is, when people bring negativity and throw that out there, I just smile now, Sylvia, and say thank you. Because you let me know that I didn't have to be great to get started, but because I got started, you made me great. So I keep saying, the more they talk about me, keep doing it. Keep doing it. I play chess, not checkers. I knew what I was doing. I set all the pieces up in the right place as I felt them, as I prayed about them, and the good Lord was showing me who's who. But it was me that was saying, no, Lord, you're wrong. Not these folks. They ride with me. Sylvia, and I get joked every day. The number 1 opening joke, Dana J, how many lives do you got now? And I be like, why? Such and such and such turned on you, huh? I told you don't get too close. At the end of the day, I can own it. I can own it. I brought you in under my umbrella. You flaked out. Now you under your own umbrella. Let's see how far that gets you. And at the end of the day, I'm still going to pray for you.
But here's the deal with Dana. They are allowing you to rent free space in their head.
Please say it again.
So they are allowing you to rent freely in their head.
Now, I'm about to show something. I find it funny when you don't mess with the ops, you're able to get inside the ops computer. I'm going to say this. Everybody need to wake up. Y'all following these witches, these warlocks, and these new people? Come on, really? 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 Now, that's 2 occasions where I've shown where Dana J, you mess with the ops. We don't talk to the ops. Well, she admitted one time that she talked to the ops. And the second time, you see, she's showing you that she's in the ops computer. I don't need to debunk nothing else. Only thing I'm going to say is this. If y'all want to see the lives that they put out there, courtesy of Don Russell, go to my live. Matter of fact, which one is it? I want y'all to go to my live when I finish this. My live that says debunking the lives planted narratives. The one when I look like I'm choking. That's what I want you to do. Go to that one. It's an hour and 7 minutes. I guarantee you it's going to open up your eyes. I don't need to say nothing else. Hashtag fuck them all. So just when they thought they played me, I tell you, bullies, I put them in front of me. Told you that earlier. So just when they think they played me, checkmate. Remember, if you see how it played out, they came at me and they put it all on Sylvia. Sylvia, the one that told us about the video. Sylvia this, Sylvia that. I know Team Truth doctored the video and then presented it over. And then when they presented it over, it was carried over to a certain person. That certain person don't know what the hell going on, just believing the lies. Snapped on me on FaZe's channel. Coming to find out they were wrong about it. That's fine. One thing I'm gonna say is this: a grown man, when any grown men falsely accuse anybody in public, I believe firmly that wherever you accuse that person in public, you shall also clear the air in public. That totally disintegrates dissension. That disintegrates all type of beefing and whatever. That's what I believe. Some people don't believe that. Some people just think that you should just let it ride. No. Why should I let it ride and continue taking a hit for nothing? No, Sid Bo. It's no please be respectful. If they disrespectful, snipe them. So that's just what it is. At the end of the day, I came in this fight by myself. I didn't meet these folks until almost a year ago. What validity do they add to my life? Yes, I learned something from each and every last one of them. I learned something from each and every last one of them. And then I'm going to go here. When you don't see me rocking with certain people no more, don't be alarmed. Just say, oh, okay. Don't ask, are we cool? Don't ask, do I rock with them? No. Because my motto is, if you don't see me talking with them, if you don't see me on their platform, if you don't see me shouting them out, I don't rock with them. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody got to be men or women and stand on their own 2 feet. I keep saying it. God put people in your life for a reason, for a season, for a purpose, and to be teaching you something. I've learned something from every last one of them. Whether it was good or bad, whether it's man or woman, I've learned something from every one of them. And if I had to put it all in a basket to tell you what I've learned totally, I'll be all day breaking down everything I learned from each person that I don't rock with anymore. But collectively, they have taught me to not go back. To not go back. Dana, why should you go back to the asylum when you run the asylum? You never see a warden go back as a CO, do you? You never see an owner just step back and say, I just want to be a worker for a year. You don't see that. You always see bosses and owners excel, not decel. So I'm looking forward to narratives being put out there. I'm looking forward to narratives that come from people unexpectedly. That's fine. I don't hate nobody. But what I will say is when you come for the king, you better not miss. And people been missing for a long time. It just so happened that I caught them missing. And then I hook, line, and sink them. Get them out the way. At the end of the day, I don't need them. They need me. And they realized that after they crossed me. And then when they realized that Dana ain't coming back this time, now I'm a problem. I've been a problem. The problem is, when I've been a problem, you didn't recognize it. But I recognized that you was a problem a while back. And you put things in place just to see how things going to get moved. So while they playing checkers and some are playing chess, I'm already excelling playing Chinese checkers along with astronomical chess. I don't have to address them. I can show what they do, yeah. But I just showed you 20 flight tickets that I paid for. So, in the words of Jay-Z, I ride Delta. Who gives a fuck about a Spirit?
Dana, I have a question for you.
What's up?
I have a question.
What's up?
What is the purpose of them putting that out? I don't get it.
Well, if you look at the video, it clearly states that, by me debunking everything that they said, they have to show people, oh, Dana J is lying. Dana J is this. But that video ain't coming down. That's all I got to do is go watch the video. And I'm using their words of what they saying.
113 code for what?
I don't have energy, Sylvia, to put on the negatives no more. They are who they are. Our fight is for Rob.
Yeah. I don't even think of them. They're irrelevant to me.
Like I say, people need followers. People need subscribers. People need that YouTube check. That's all I'm saying. People need that. And Sylvia, no matter how many jobs you got,
126, 1041 Stonecrest.
you can get up.
Wait a minute. I want to make a correction now.
No, wait. And no matter how many jobs you got, you can take care of your own if Ronald leaves today or tomorrow, can't you? Can't you?
Okay. Dana.
You missing what I just said.
Listen. I have jobs, that many jobs, because this is what I want to do. This is fun for me.
67,
Now.
1041 Alexandria.
But my thing is, Dana,
115
I have
go
a
for it.
husband that makes pretty good money. But I like to have my own. He pays the bill. I like to have fun. I can go to whatever case. I can go anywhere I want to go and not worry about, asking him for money.
So Sylvia, because we did it before, let's go mukbang tomorrow. Let's go to Juicy Crab and let's go get $60 platters. And let's just sit there and just have fun.
Sure, you want to go? I'm ready. I'm ready.
And I'm going to go live. And then I want you to go live. And
what time they close?
I don't know. I think I close at like 11 or something like that. I'm not sure. But
I'll come.
after we do that, let's show us turning keys into our house, right? And your house is bigger than mine. I have a row house that's attached. You have a stylish house where the raccoons play jumping jacks in the yard.
No, it's the deers, not the raccoons.
Oh, the deers. Okay. So evidently you making a pretty penny and I'm making a pretty penny. So let's do a challenge. Let's do a haters challenge.
Dana, I'm coming for real now. I'm turning around. I'm coming to go so we go Juicy Crab.
Right. Let's go. Look.
I'm coming right now.
All right. Look. Let's do a haters challenge. Let's show where we live and us turning the key, and let her show where she live and turning the key. Oh, I'm sorry, pushing the door open. That settles it all.
I'm not Jamaican. I'm Haitian and Dominican. That's what I am.
That settles it all. And once we settle it, it should be no more talking. Look, I don't have content. I'm not good at what I do. So why do you spend your time talking about me? That's bullying. Bullying is evil. Because if I swing back, then I'm attacking. So why not just focus on Rob? They've been doing what they doing since they the ones that started the rallies, and they the ones that did everything, and Dana ain't do nothing. Why are you worried about little old me?
Dana, which Juicy Crab are we going to?
I don't care. I want to go to the nearest one. Oh.
Good. No, because my girlfriend's husband is the general manager of one.
Camp Creek. Camp Creek. What's up, Marshall? That's all I'm saying. Why do you spend your time on me? I spend my time on Rob and content and myself and my kids. I don't have time to spend nowhere else. But you find 8 hours of your day to spend on Dana J. And you ain't getting no money for it. That don't make sense. Y'all can be out there working a 9 to 5, a regular 9 to 5. Y'all can be out there doing something. Learning how to cook for real. Not cooking stale chicken that look like a dehydrated pigeon. Y'all can be doing something. I'm lost. You want to focus on me. Well, if you focus on me, you're going to get some knowledge. Because I'm not even going to entertain you. I'm not even going to entertain the people that rock with you. And I'm going to be honest, it bothered me to tell Dominique that she can't come to my page until she holler at me. All because she hang with that girl. I don't need them type of spirits around me. And I don't want them around me, and I will not tolerate them. I don't deal with witchcraft. I don't deal with dark magic. I don't deal with sorcery. I'm a child of God. I break all that shit up.
Amen.
So there will always be bickering. And it was asked, well, Dana, how about how about I bring you and him two together and y'all work it out? Absolutely not. I'm good by myself with the crew that I have. Nobody would never know my whole crew because I would never expose them. But the crew that I rock with and the crowd that I have, we don't need nobody else that's not like-minded as we are. Now, if y'all want to be like-minded and y'all want to come join us, I'm talking about the people that think straight, that think for themselves and not being dictated to, then hey, if you think straight and you think like-minded as myself and the people over here, and you do better because you know better, and your label mate ain't dancing all in your videos and shit, then come over to Dana J page. Shit. Do it like that. And when you come over here, I'm gonna make sure you get a t-shirt that say hashtag fuck them all. And since everybody's selling shirts, I will be getting with somebody that I trust, one of my guys that do shirts, and I will be getting shirts made that say hashtag fuck them all. On the back, Team Kills, King Kills. That's it. That's it. That's it. It's time for us to separate from all the fucking wolves. We shouldn't be running with wolves when we lions and lionesses. We lead the pack. Everybody else try to latch on to us. Fuck them. We do what we do. And as long as we keep our minds straight, and as long as we put God first in everything we do, we can't lose. We can't. Like I said, yes, I can put audios out. Yes, I can put pictures out. But why? The battle is already won. Anything else is overkill. You got to focus on the task at hand, not the distractions at hand. Think about it. It's close to Rob Court Day and you want a beef. That's a distraction. Cut it off. Let's focus on what we got to focus on. That's not saying that nobody weak over here. That's not saying that nobody over here can't fight. That's not saying that nobody can't hold their own. That's just saying this. We are focused, man. All that other shit don't matter. That's all. All right, Sylvia, I see you can get here. I got to open this up.
Huh?
I see you when you get
Okay.
here. Hey, do anybody else want to call in? Do anybody else want to talk about what we talked about? Do anybody else got anything they want to talk about? Call in. 470-355-8221. Call in. Thank you, Amber. You're live on the Dana J Show. How can I help you?
I want to call in.
Who the hell is this?
What's up, my guy?
Oh, what's up, Gucci?
Who the hell you think this is?
What up, Gooch?
Man, ain't nothing. Just preparing for next week and just having a ball and can't wait to see y'all so we can kick it.
Man, this is what it's all about.
Hi, baby. Let's don't worry about none of them people.
Man, come
hating
on.
you for what you do.
Man, look. If I was them, I would hate me too.
Oh, damn, you sound like me.
You know what I'm saying?
I hate you too, Dana, because you made me sick.
You know what I'm saying? Dana J don't have no content. Dana J don't know Rob. Dana J trying to set Rob up. Dana J ran the
He's a
Enterprise.
son of a bitch.
Right. Right. Dana J ran the Enterprise. Dana J slept with all the girls. Dana J don't want to see Rob out. Dana J trying to set Will up. Dana J trying to set Bobby up. Dana J trying to set Pretty Ricky up. Shit. Dana J trying to set Bow Wow up. Dana J trying to set Chris Brown up. Shit.
God damn, Dana.
I'm a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I asked Sylvia that earlier. I said, Sylvia, what Dana got going on? Then Sylvia said, they just hating him. I said, oh, okay.
Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. Being blessed by God make a lot of people hate you, man.
Well, you know.
I've never did nothing to this young lady. I've only.
I always tell you this, Dana. You know I'm in line. I always tell you, said when a person doing something right, that's when people hate you. If you wasn't doing anything, your name wouldn't be in nobody's mouth.
Right.
Think about that. They talk about Jesus Christ. Why? Because everybody want to be Jesus Christ.
Well, shit. I mean,
So, you know, not comparing. I'm just saying when people do something right, that's what happened. They talk and they try to, disgrace you, do anything. And like I told you since day one, this shit ain't gonna stop right now. So just blow the shit off. Just keep being you. Hey, cause I'm coming to have a ball Wednesday night in Chicago. I'm bringing my big booty chick with me.
Are you bringing your big booty chick?
Hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! Shit, I'm going. I heard it's supposed to be cold. Damn well, I ain't gonna be cold.
Oh man, Gucci, you crazy, man.
Yeah, cause when you getting down Thursday?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
I'll be down Thursday.
I'll be there Tuesday.
Me and my big booty and my two right-hand man. Make sure little me is okay.
I'll be there Tuesday morning.
Oh, you be down there when I get there then. Okay, cool.
If not Monday.
Oh, shit. Okay. That sounds like more like a plan, my guy.
Because I'm barred out of Chicago, so I'm going to be in Chicago for a week.
Okay, cool. That sounds like a plan. My guy. You just keep doing what you're doing. Don't let nobody discourage you. Don't let nobody turn your mind from doing what you want to do. Keep doing it and don't stop. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And I appreciate you, man.
Don't stop, man, because, you give valuable information. If people can't stand it, tell them go kiss, you know what? That's all you do. Just keep doing what you're doing, my guy. Holler at me tonight when you get off. I'll be up all night.
All right, cool, because we about to go get some seafood, man.
And that's what I'm about to go do.
You know what I mean? And we about to go pick out in lieu of the haters, man. So we going to get some seafood, brother.
Yeah, because that's all I like. I don't like no steak. People acting like steak is the shit now.
Steak is old, man. We did that shit in 2004.
That's when I used to eat steak, right?
Or you get seafood and cheesecake now, man.
Yeah, so, go enjoy yourself, man. Be safe. Your boy's going to talk to you, later.
Right.
Like I said, I'm going to call Sylvia now and drive her crazy.
Man, Sylvia on her way to me now.
Oh, okay.
Goddamn.
I'm crazy then. When y'all get off Cargo and y'all get together later.
Right. And don't forget, Dana J set up Drew Hill.
If you don't get off the damn phone...
I'm setting everybody up, man.
Well, damn. Well, I better bring bond money then, because you're going to set me up too.
Right. All right, brother.
All right, my guy. Be safe.
All right,
cool.
Sonia, hey. Man, anybody else want to call in? Call in. 470-355-0221. Let's talk about it, man. Let's do it. You're live on the Dana J Show. How can I help you, caller?
Hey, Dana, this is Miz. How are you?
Hey, Miz. What's up? Let me do. What's going on?
Nothing. Just calling before you get your seafood with Miss Sylvia.
Man, shoot. And we about to have some fun, man. Honestly, I was about to make an announcement, too. So.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, we chilling. You know, I'm chilling. You know, Sylvia chilling. You know what I mean? But I'm about to
What's your
extend.
announcement?
But I'm about to extend my show days now. I'm about to have some fun.
Oh. You're about to extend your show days?
Yeah, I'm about to have some fun. I'm about to go back to the schedule. I'm about to go back to rest day on Monday, Taco Tuesday on Tuesday. I'm about to go ride out with me on Thursday. Speak to my heart Friday,
Oh,
and then we going back to the projects on Saturday.
oh goodness.
Going back to the projects on Saturday, straight house music, straight hip hop. We gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Time for us to do what people was afraid for us to do. Time for us to take over the YouTube streets now.
Time to get back to the regular schedule.
Right. Ain't sparing nobody. Not caring about nobody channel who don't care about us. Time for us to take over YouTube.
But I was just calling to say this one thing. After everything that's been going down for the past couple of days, I'm convinced that 90% of the people that supposedly for him are a little ticky-ticky.
A little what?
A little ticky-ticky, like a little off.
Man, say
Not quite right.
you know what? Stick your chest out and say that shit with your chest. It ain't no ticky. These motherfuckers retarded.
No, that's not politically correct, Dana. No.
90%. Not the ones over here. But shit.
No, not nobody over here.
Right.
Those other people on other platforms, they're a little off. And it's a little unsettling. But, you know, I can't really call it, but they're a little ticky-ticky.
Like I say, if y'all tired of y'all owner or y'all VP dancing all of y'all videos and shit,
Oh, not the shit night, right?
then do what I say. Come over to Death Row 2020. Dana J style. You ain't gonna get scammed out your money. You ain't gonna get lied to. You gonna get nothing but facts over here. No fluff.
Okay.
Straight shooter.
But yeah, keep the content. Well, are you still gonna do like the informational videos too?
Of course.
With
Of course.
with Ro and everything.
Of course. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna substitute nothing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna substitute nothing. Even though Dana J don't have no content, but Dana J content is stolen a lot. Even for websites. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Even for websites. Dana J content is stolen. So
That's crazy.
So I've sat back long enough. You know, people proclaim to do the rallies and to do this and do that, but who had people come out?
But it's kind of weird that people say like, oh, they were like the main person over the rallies when, I mean, even when I was, lurking months ago, like, you always seem to be on the forefront of that. Even back then. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Miz, if you the main person that do shows and rallies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever big, right? And no matter how many people you got, you're going to know the location, right? You're going to know the route, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to know the location. You're going to know the route. You're going to know how the route go. You're going to know which way to go. You're going to know which direction to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
A person that knows all that is what?
They're the leader.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you this. The person that does the flyers, that gets them done, Even though people give sample flyers and the person that have the main flyers uses the sample flyers as well. But the main flyer is that flyer that's been done. That person is what?
They're the leader.
Okay.
They're the person who's kind of handling things and getting stuff done, the go-to person. So
Right.
to speak.
And see, this is why I was leery about being a team player at one point. Because when jealousy sets in, anything happens. I'm sorry if you got to come to this chocolate brother that keeps sharp shape ups except for now. I'm sorry if I'm the reason why most of the people got pictures with Rob. I'm sorry if I took you at your word and brought you in and now you stabbed me in the back. Yeah, I taught me a lesson. I learned a lot. So at the end of the day, leaders take hits. And the sad part about it is when a leader take a hit, it's normally not from their opponent. It's always from the person that they brought inside. So
But
it's
why
fine.
is it? Why I don't understand why can't people, everybody just get along? You know, if the common goal is just, you know, one person, why can't other people, you know, that say they're, you know, for a person or for him, for example, why can't everybody just work together?
The perfect answer is
Everybody's an adult and everybody, you know, has one common. Like, why can't everybody just get along?
the perfect world. That would be a perfect answer. But the only thing I can think about is this right here. Have you ever seen the movie Lord of the Rings?
Yes, I have.
When Spiegel was supposed to be helping the dwarfs until he heard the ring call. And then he said, "Precious, not someone precious."
Yeah.
Same thing.
But I mean, do these women really think they're gonna get with him? Like, honestly, do they really think that?
I don't know. But the one thing I'm going to say is this right here.
It's a little delusional. Okay, I mean, it's kind of delusional.
But the one thing I'm going to say is this right here. How was you able to get TV time without me? How was you able to get airtime without me? How was you able to spend time without me? How was you able to create false narratives and lies if you never got to see him without me? Like I say, at the end of the day, all of the fuck shit that happened was because of me. And the reason being is I brought people in that wasn't even supposed to be in. I didn't see what others were saying because I chose to stick up for the wrong people. But when I see and when I seen what I seen and when I felt the stings and the stabs, I chose to separate. Am I mad at him? No. Do I hate him? No. Do I still love him? In Jesus' name, yes. Will I ever do business with him?
No.
Hell no to the no, no, no. And if Rob come home and say, "Baby boy, the only way me and you are taught is if you do business with them," I will look Rob in the face and say, "You know what? This is our last conversation. I love you a lot. I love you a lot. But when you get stabbed in the back, holler at me." That's all I would say. And I'll walk away.
That's the last thing he needs.
Because at the end of the day, I'm no longer proving my loyalty. As long as the people that matter know, who cares about what peons think? They not there. They don't got shit to lose. I got everything to lose. That's why I got to move a certain way now. Some people going to say, it's too late to move like that. It's never too late. Because see, the way I intentionally wanted to move, I would have been wrong. I would have been grimy. Because what if I would have had the supporters come up there as everybody was coming, and I would have told everybody, all right, but I hollered at y'all, and I just disappeared with a rob for the whole time I was there and not said nothing to them. That would have been wrong. Because what none of them have met Rob. From phases on down. None of them. At the end of the day, I've been seeing it. I just didn't want to accept it. Because I thought this time, maybe God made a mistake by showing me this. But God don't make no mistakes. It closed at 10. Let's go. Let's go get some carryouts. Oh shit, it's 9:27.
All right, well, if you gotta go then, that's fine. You know, good night to you and everybody, and enjoy your seafood.
All right, thank you so much, Miss.
You're welcome. Bye.
Let's go tomorrow then, Sylvia. We'll go tomorrow. We'll go tomorrow. Let's go tomorrow. Let's go tomorrow. Let's go tomorrow. Thank you so much, Lavelle. Man, I'm going to tell you, that's my downfall, bro, of having a big heart. That's truly my downfall. Hold on, speaking of that, hold on for a second. Hold on, y'all. I gotta call a lady that run the house. Yo, when you know you're making a significance thing, and when people really matter, they be in your bushes talking and responding to everything you say. That's crazy. But that's fine. Respond to everything I say. Sometimes people just want that bond to come back together. It's gone.
Hello?
Fat baby.
Yes.
What you doing?
Nothing.
How was school?
Good. I guess I still gotta work on my stuff.
Like what?
Like my teacher, she already gave me my math packet. So I'm gonna turn it in. I should be all done. No, I'm actually all done my work. So tomorrow I turn all my work in. I gotta get my work from science still.
You still gotta get the work from science?
She didn't get it all together.
Okay, so what is your gym teacher saying now?
Nothing.
Do I need to talk
to that lady?
Do I need to talk to her?
No, nobody talked to that lady.
Do I need to talk to her?
No, because nobody talked to that lady.
Oh, you got money in your account?
No, I never did.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
All right, you did, because I just sent you some. Do I need to send you some more?
Mommy would have told me, but she didn't, so you did.
Ask mommy and she'll tell you, punk.
No, because she would have told me out of nowhere.
So how you think you're getting your hair done, punk?
I don't know.
Exactly, punk, because mommy got the money in your cash app.
Because she waited till today to tell me that.
Duh. Duh. I'm coming in town the week after next, and we gotta go hang out.
Okay.
And we gotta go shopping.
Okay.
So tell your mother I need your cheerleading information so that way I can take care of that bill.
Okay.
Daddy love you.
I love you too.
How much you love me, JJ?
A lot.
How much is a lot?
A lot.
Am I the best daddy in the world?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got quiet when you said that, huh?
I said, mm-hmm.
Look, don't make me fight you, little girl.
I guess.
You guess. Are you getting ready for school?
Gotta eat first.
You ain't eat yet?
Nope. I'm getting my food now.
What you eating?
A Lunchable.
Journey,
Hmm?
go get some food.
She buying me food.
A Lunchable is not no food.
Oh well.
Go get a cheesesteak or something.
I'm good.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
Tell your mother, text your mother, and tell her to stop at Popeyes and get you a seafood basket. If she need money for it, tell her to let me know, and I'll send it over.
Okay.
I love you, Fat.
Me too.
I can't wait to beat you in Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
You guess.
Mm-hmm.
Journey. So
Huh?
so are you gonna admit that I'm the best at Mortal Kombat?
Bye.
Fat baby.
Mm.
Love you.
Me too.
Noses.
Mm.
All right. All right, bye.
Alright.
All right. It's always good to check on the babies. Now my other one, he sleep already. I just got that text. But it's always good to check on the babies. I do it for her. I do it for my kids. I do it for Kai. Speaking of that, hold on. This the one that.
Hello.
Hey, who this?
Hi.
Who this? Is this Kayana?
Yes.
Hey,
Hi.
your daddy need to talk to you.
Okay.
I'll be in town next week.
Next week.
Yeah, man, you need to go to the store to get a phone. You will be on my plan though.
You need to talk to my mommy?
No, I didn't talk to you.
No.
No,
To me?
I need to talk to you. I call her talk to you. I love you.
You said next week?
Yep. It'll be me, you, and your sister.
When do you want us to meet you at the same hotel?
No. I'll probably come get you. And who is us?
Huh?
Who is us? Cause you know you got such a big heart. You be bringing all your friends.
Huh?
I said you have such a big heart. You be bringing all your friends, and I don't even want to spend time with your friends. I want to spend time with you and your sister.
I wasn't meaning us, like yeah, my friends.
Oh. Do you miss your daddy?
Huh?
Do you miss your daddy?
No.
Oh, you don't miss me?
Yes.
You said no at first, punk. Why was you in the hospital the other day? Or last week?
Because I went to school and somebody had a cold. I came home to come to find out somebody had gave me their cold. So all that day I laid down in mommy's bed. Then my body just got hot. Then mommy took me to the hospital. Then they said I had to stay home for a couple days.
What if I want you to move down here?
Huh?
I said, what if I want you to move down here? You gonna come?
No.
Why?
Because
what?
Because I won't see my friends no more. I won't see my mother. I won't see JJ.
And you
I
don't
won't see my god brothers.
No, you'll see your god brothers, you'll see your mother, you'll see JJ, but you don't need them friends up there. You can make new ones down here. You can make new friends. All right, well, you go ahead and get ready for school, okay?
All right.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right. Y'all see what I go through? I got one daughter that's just all right, whatever. But then I got another daughter who just all right, whatever, all right. And then when they get together, they want to team up on me. That's the girls in the picture that y'all see. Somebody said, laugh out loud. This nigga told one kid week after next and told the other one next week, but they going to be together. That's right. That's right. That's right. I told one kid the week after next, told the other one next week. That's right. That's how we do. So while you at it, Ms. Walker, anybody that knows me knows when I go get one, I go get both. She's talking about, but I hate a cabinet. Man, come on, man. Yo, y'all coming over here trying to fire shots. And y'all keep missing. I know what I'm doing. One kid don't know one kid don't need to know that I'm in town that week. So when I pop up at a school, it'll be a surprise. Have you thought about that? I know what I'm doing. I've been a father for a long time. I've been a father for a long time. So while you sitting up saying you had hating a capping ass nigga, do you have your kids? Hey, do you know where your kids are after 10 o'clock? That's all. Now, I'm afraid to call my son. I ain't gonna lie. I'm afraid because he gonna wake up. Hold on, watch this. Hold on. Y'all be thinking I be joking, right? Y'all be thinking I be joking, right? I be sitting here, mind my business, not saying nothing, right? Now, if I show y'all some receipts, y'all gonna be like, nigga, you ain't lying. I've never spoken a name. I've never said none of that. Never. Never spoken a name. Never said none of that. So I find it funny that not only do one attack, but that whole terrorist group attacks. Just so y'all know, I don't be starting shit. Y'all never heard me say nobody's name, right? Okay. Text messages like this. And you see where it's coming from, right? I do not fuck with them. None of them. I clearly said, if you fuck with that one, I don't fuck with anybody that fuck with that one. If you mess with that one, I don't mess with none. Why am I getting text messages? No, y'all see what it is? I do not attach myself to him too. I don't mess with nobody over there because they mess with that one. No hard feelings. I don't mess with none. That's my number one rule. So now y'all see where the shit starting is coming from. Now y'all see why. Excuse me. Now y'all see why I call him to a terrorist group. I'm sorry. They all run by that one. Can't do it. I think for myself. Can't do it. I mean, I'm not even going to read this. I'm talking about that one. And this one jumps out there. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Come on, stop. Stop. You're interjecting yourself into something you don't have nothing to do with. I seen what was going on. Right, Power. I seen when this one was talking about play the whole recording. Play the whole recording. Yeah, play the whole recording that I sent to one person and it was sent over because all y'all deal with each other. I know what I'm doing. But just for the record, just so you won't think I'm capping, it's nothing. You see the number in the corner. It's nothing for me to unleash the dragon. It's nothing. It's nothing. And it keeps going. 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 It's nothing. But do I want to do this? Do y'all want to do this? Because I don't. I don't want to do this no more. I'd rather y'all do what y'all do with y'all folks that follow y'all. And I do what I do with the folks that follow me. Because they following me as I following Rob. And as Rob followed God and as I follow God. Let me give you a trick. Because I've heard your homie, your front man, your croonie say before, oh, audios. So I played the piece of an audio to bait you in. Just a little piece. And had y'all expose y'all whole hand. Then I came back with another audio. Then I came back with another one. When I say I haven't even scratched the surface, I haven't scratched the surface of y'all. This is the whole Him Too file. Everybody in Him Too. The whole file. I don't play games. When you give me an inkling that I can't trust you, I do things to cover my ass. So please, when I say I got audio, I got audio. And since you're doing this, D, you know I got audio of me and you. And that whole y'all disagree and break up for motherfucking a day or 3 days or 3 weeks at the most? No. D, you know I have the conversation. When I just want Him Too back together, nobody else. I got the whole conversation, D. Stop. That's all I ask. Stop. For the people that's feeding y'all fake narratives and hiding their hand. Like Shantae. I got all conversations from the first day I met her. Stop. Even got conversations with Nyree, crazy ass. Stop. Let's not do this. And let's be honest. I can only thank y'all partner, Demi. I wouldn't know nothing about this if she didn't put this on my phone. Can we stop this? That's all I'm saying. And I'm going public and saying, can we stop this? Because Lord knows, I'm going to say this. If I get angry again, to the point where I gotta have an out-of-body experience like I had last night, I swear to God, I will run a 48-hour binge and play every recording I have and don't care who it hurt. Let's stop. Y'all do y'all thing, I do my thing. Better yet, I'm gonna go here. Y'all keep my name out y'all fucking mouth, and I'll definitely do what I'm doing now. Because I can't even really say y'all name because it's shit to me in my mouth. That's the way I feel. I don't take backstabbing well. So, we all know who y'all rock with. Fine. Y'all all know who I rock with. Fine. Y'all go y'all way, we go our way. Y'all already have stolen content, and I ain't even pressing the issue. I'm laughing about it. Y'all got a whole website. Y'all moving. Official Unmute R. Kelly. Y'all doing y'all thing. Why do y'all need to look back if y'all going so far ahead? If y'all been doing everything, why do y'all need to look back at me? Or is it that y'all stagnated because y'all don't have me? Think about it. Make that make sense. As y'all say. Our sons could be next. As y'all say. And once again, I thank Shantae and I thank Siobhan. Because y'all held the rallies down. 2 straight rallies. The only 2 rallies, y'all women held it down. I will never take that from y'all. Whether y'all really fuck with me that day or not, y'all held it down. Kevin Terrell, DJ Tyson held it down. Me and DJ Tyson made it fun. I beatboxed while he went off and rapped. We made it fun. How we got here? It's not even a concern to me now. We here. Let's not turn back. Y'all on one side of the tracks, I'm on another side of the tracks. I wish y'all well. But as for me and my house, we don't want shit to do with y'all. At the end of the day, I got eyes everywhere. Y'all got a YouTube channel over there. Y'all go, I'm gonna give you the blueprint. Now that one have 1,000 subscribers, y'all should be putting together an official Unmute R. Kelly page, and all y'all should be building that page. If y'all building that page, as long as y'all individual platforms, how the hell do y'all got time to worry about Dana J?
Copy 77, cool. 1041, copy 113, cool 4.
That's my question. How do y'all got time to get on and say, this motherfucker? It shouldn't even matter. And I'm giving y'all nuggets on how to grow y'all brand. Y'all have what it takes. You got a voice. You got a voice. You got financial backing over there. and you got a paralegal. Shit, y'all even got assistants. Y'all don't need me. Y'all got it. Shit, y'all even got the ops fucking with y'all. Y'all don't need me. So why keep talking about me? In closing, y'all served a purpose. I served a purpose. We were good while it lasted. It's over now. Not O-V-E-R, O-V-A. It's over. But as Jesus would say, it is finished. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. I will never fuck with y'all again. And I hope y'all feel the same way. I will never fuck with Dana J again. As long as y'all keep that mindset, and as long as I keep that mindset, we should never have a problem. So once again, make my name mud in your mouth and in your brain. Stop spewing it out. Make it taste like shit on your tongue every time you want to say it. I can't do it. Grow your brand. Remember, I could be charging y'all for this, but take it as a lesson learned. You can't play with the game.
126, code 4.
I seen y'all coming a mile away. Every last one of y'all. Did it hurt? What y'all done to me? Yeah, it did. But some things, some people just can't come back from.
Copy 126, code 4.
And with that being said, 3 things to remember over here is I thank everybody for coming in the chat and sharing the knowledge with me today. I thank everybody that's here rocking with me. I thank the thumbs up. I thank for the super chat. I thank for all that. For the people that want to send me Cash App, that's for me. I thank y'all for that. For the people that keep supporting the super chat for the channel, I thank y'all for that. At no point in my life will I get cocky and say, y'all owe me this, because y'all don't owe me shit. This channel is around because of y'all. So as long as y'all support, as long as y'all keep going, as long as I'm going to keep giving content. So with that being said, 3 things to remember. You kill negativity with positive situations. When a negative stuff come at you, you shun it with positive. You shine the light on darkness. Second thing, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Third thing, be somebody important. Be yourself. Until next time, the King of Kings is out.
Behold the King of Kings. On your knees, dog. Behold the King of Kings. On your knees, dog. All hail, bow down to the King. Bow down to the King in red as he walked from the place where the traitor lost both his name and his face. Through the halls and the corridors, stinking in blood, he tasted his grin, and it tasted good. The King took his head, left him broken and dead.
9/7 is 1041 CG.
Bow down to the Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king.
Oh,
Copy 9/7/1041.
and for the folks that really hate me, this for you.
You're soft, you're slop. They calling me pop. I'm rolling in bands, riding around, I beat up gelato. Hey, dog, pros want a cop, but they are just not on me. I'm up in the club, stacking the dubs and stuff in the lot. I'm hot. Also, you ain't heard of me? Well, you probably are. Ask about nice to meet you. So good to see you. Pros wanna act hard, they need to take it easy. Soft.
All right. I said I'm about to go, right? But one more thing.
Marketplace code for
the people who really think it's sweet, and I gotta go there. Only thing I'm gonna say is, catch your breath.
Copy Marketplace code 4.
And when Rob come home, and when people want to swarm him, and when y'all don't think y'all see us, just know we coming. And it's gonna sound like this.
Sierra Hotel. India. Echo. Lima. Delta. Shield.
Can't wake the babies up. All right, that's enough of that.
681041.
Look.
Retreat.
We all know we got some wrestling heads over here.
Copy 681041.
And like I say, it gets updated every day. Yeah, Keish. She was like, what the fuck going on over here? What kind of party y'all got? Y'all got some bud over here? What's going on? God damn. All right. Thank y'all. I'm out of here. Y'all be blessed. Peace.